So I'm going to do some long lining with him. He's done long lining before, but I'm going to just remind him about the steering aspect of long lining and then the stopping aspect of long lining, because we had a little runaway situation on our first trot, and that resulted in me breaking my leg. So we're going to go ahead and reestablish some better steering, which also reestablishing our emergency stop. So if I wanted him to stop, I would say, oh, and pull him to his elbow. Pull him to his elbow until he stops moving his feet. Tucker, he isn't going anywhere. That's his brother. So can I ask him to keep walking? I'm being a little unfair to him because I just worked with a different horse who was learning this, and I'm treating him like, you know this. And maybe he's a little rusty too, and me implying that he knows it better than he does is not fair. So when I change reins, my steering rein is the rein in my right hand right now, which I think that's in selfie mode, so it won't look like it's my right hand. But when I change reins, I take the rein that's across his back, I flip it over his tail. If he'd stop trotting. You're okay, you're okay. Go, 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 good. Flip it over his tail, take the rein that's currently steering and put it over his back. Now I've created a new steering rein. Good. We can just do this as a walk by. So my inactive rein is the one that's over his back. My steering rein is the one that's in my left hand here, which again is going to look like my right hand because that's in selfie mode. I'm going to ask him to move out a little bit so I can fall back. I'm going to throw it around his back, creating a new steering rein. He doesn't have to trot. If he's choosing to trot, that's fine, as long as I can maintain control. He doesn't have to trot. I'm not asking him to trot. When he's a little less emotional, I might put out some cones and practice the zigzags and stuff with him to help him realize that he doesn't have to be, oops, I had splashed out a water bucket there, which created a little bit of a puddle. He can just walk calmly, but he's being a little emotional right now. So because he's being emotional, I'm just going to kind of work with him until he gets out of that, and then maybe we'll put out something for him to do. He sat there and watched Charlotte's lesson, which she was just learning this, and when she was learning it, her go cue got broken. So we had to stop and reestablish her go cue. And in doing that, it involved, pushing her forward with the flag. So he's got a little bit in his head that he's going to be given some go cue stuff. Come on, come on. Good boy. Okay. So my eyes and my body language beckoned him to stop, so I can't make him wrong for stopping, even though it didn't appear that I told him to. He does not need anything to help him with his go, so I'm going to get rid of this. Ask him to go. Get hay out of your tail. Good. Good. Go. 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 Good. And I might even ask him to steer back tight to something to help him realize, like, hey. So my goal is to just keep him going. When I change my steering rein, it shouldn't mean anything to him other than change direction. Whew. Come on now. Get fire out of your feet a little bit there, bud. Hey. Good. 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 He doesn't have to run. Good. Ooh, 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 ooh. Pull him around, pull him around. Good. So I might practice a little bit of that because, like I said, we had a little bit of a runway ride that resulted in me having to bail out on the fence line instead of the building side and caused me to hook my leg through the corral panel and broke my leg. So I've been out most couple months now, so I'm just now getting him back to where I can believe that we're going to get back to that. So I'm going to make sure that my emergency brake is a little bit better. I had a few incidences or a few circumstances that made that a situation. The reins that I actually have ringside that I have ringside right now are the reins that I use that I would not use again when I'm starting a new horse because they're not older. I don't know, you can't see the texture in these reins here, but they're full of dirt, these lines. They're full of dirt, so they're really thick. Good. He saw my intentions. That was nice. So he saw me fall back with the intention of changing direction, so he actually offered it himself. See if he cues into that again. So anyway, they had a lot of flex to them. They had a lot of expansion to them or give to them. So they actually expanded like 8 inches when I needed them the most and caused me to have my reins way up by my chin, and I was just disabled. So I was kind of out of luck in getting better control because he was just grabbing gears and he was already in a dead run and there was no good established. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to trot. 2 kisses is a trot. And then I'm going to ask him to, whoa, whoa. Let him know that I'm not mad at him for anything, that this isn't something I'm doing to him. I'm trying to do something with him. Good. Good. Change directions. He's already foreseeing that, so he was already changing directions in his body. And he wasn't changing directions with his nose or his front feet. He was changing directions down his spine. So, like, right now I see he's changed directions. Go. Go. Good. 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 So if I was to ask him to stop, in an emergency stop, I'm going to run my run. Oh, oh, oh. I love him. I love him. He didn't mean to hurt me, but we do have to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to trot, which is a double kiss. He should have responded. And I'm going to ask him to, ooh, ooh, ooh. Good. We love him. We love him. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to direct, like more close-up reins. Okay, so now what I would do is I would put myself in the saddle position and hold my reins like they're reins. Ask him to go. Good. Good. So now he got sucked up. Good. Just going to give him a little pat on the side, which also helps him not be worried about being touched on the opposite side if he thinks he's focusing on me. Here. Steer a little bit. Good. Good. Go ahead and, ooh. Good. Kiss means go. First, a single kiss means go at a walk. Good. Kiss never means back up. I believe that they should have very clear cues. So if kiss means go forward, kiss means back up, kiss means comes to me. You know, all these different things kiss could mean. I don't believe that's fair to ask your horse to guess which one it means right now. So I never tell them to back up to a kiss. So that way I never kiss them out of a trailer. I ask them to back out of a trailer. If you kiss for a horse to get into a trailer, you kiss for a horse to get out of a trailer, and they don't want to get in the trailer, and they're halfway in, and you kiss thinking you're going to drive them forward, and they say, oh, but sometimes that means back. What one do you think they're going to choose? They're going to back out. So I don't give them that gray. Good. Good. I don't give them that gray. Because he's anticipating it, I don't want to ask him to stop until now. Woo, woo. So because the trot is what got us into trouble, it was our first trot I ever asked him for, I might, just to be safe, ask him to trot next to me in a leading position first. To see if I can't get my hoe in a leading. Whoa, whoa. So a single kiss when they're already trotting, a single kiss is going to ask him to stay trotting when I think he's considering breaking. Good. 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 Double kiss back up to the trot if he breaks. Woo, woo. So there, we had a little fire came into our feet, so it's a perfect time to try that. Because that's the last thing we want is him to get fire in his feet and have another little runaway experience, because we don't want that. So again, 2 kisses means trot. Good, good. Now I'm on his back with my arm. Single kiss means keep trotting. 2 kisses mean you broke. You need to trot again. Good. Keep trotting. Good. Woo. Woo. Good. 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 You got me right into that puddle, silly. Get me right into that puddle. Get me right into that puddle. Do you have to stand right in that puddle, you think? Huh? Good baby. Yeah, good baby. Yeah, what is this? We've done this before, huh? Oops. 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 You had your nose a little too much into her. Yeah. You remember this? It wasn't that long ago, was it, bud? Okay, that's it. That's it. Nice thing about bareback pads is you really don't have to go crazy tight. There you go. Good boy. Okay, make sure he hasn't forgotten what that feels like. Good. Can I make noise with it? Whoa, whoa. Make sure that stop is installed when he starts to spook. Good. Good. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so we found something that we can work on that can offer him a spook just naturally and not actually try to spook him, right? So apparently this is scary. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I might even mimic jumping off, right? Like bounce once next to him once he finally stops. So that way maybe I can convince him, if you stop, I'll get off. Like I'll stop and I'll make whatever's going on above you stop stimulating you, right? So let's see. Let's see if we can put him back into that spook. Woo, woo. Because I don't want him to run off. I don't want this to be what spooks him. So I am not trying to spook him. I'm just trying to work him through when he thinks he's got a reason to be worried, right? So again, run my hand up. Woo, woo. I want him to find peace in that emergency stop, right? I want him to find comfort and some confidence and something to find, right? So like if he's feeling unconfident and he's thinking about running around and he thinks if I tell him to stop, that's going to bring him a moment of comfort or bring him a moment of clarity, then I want that to be installed. That's what I want installed more than anything, is when I tell you to stop, that actually means that you're about to find comfort in that stop. I'm going to bump my rib cage up against him a little bit, my hip up against him a little bit, make sure that he's still okay with that. So I've ridden him at the walk. That accident happened as a result of asking to trot for the first time, and I also knew better. Like, my gut said he's not ready. In fact, I even told the camera he wasn't ready, and I still did it anyway, and that was my own personal issue. I had lost out on a lesson in the morning, and I just kind of came out in the afternoon and said, I'm getting a lesson done. I don't care what I have to do. So I was kind of like hell-bent on doing something, which, I don't know if that was it, buddy. I think you stepped on what I was looking for. And I was just kind of like hell-bent on getting something done. Can I get you to step off of there? Maybe it's still there. That was it. I don't know. It was something shiny. A piece of glass or something. Yeah. So I ignored all the flags. Every flag that said, ooh, he's not ready. Ooh, this isn't really what we should be doing. Ooh. And I ignored every flag. And told the camera he wasn't ready. Got on anyway. Wasn't ready for the trot. I did some exercises with him at the walk and we did fine. Rode him at the trot and I knew he wasn't ready for the trot and he panicked. So I kind of, I blame myself 100%. I don't blame him. He was definitely not at fault for being scared and not being better prepared. So now that's what we're doing today. We're better preparing him for, if you get spooked, I want to be able to promise you, if you stop moving your feet, I'm going to be here for you, right? I'm going to help you if you get spooked. And instead of it's not meant to drive him forward. If he stops, I'm okay with that completely because it's not meant to drive him forward. So the emergency stop is supposed to be like a place to take a deep breath, a place to relax for him and for me, right? So if I teach him that when I emergency stop you, the goal is we're going to both be able to take a deep breath and relax. So I am kind of doing that rhythmically, which could be, misunderstood as a go cue. So I'm not going to make him wrong for picking his head up and thinking he's supposed to go. I obviously don't want to keep trying to get him to spook to the saddle, obviously. So I'm not going to keep trying that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good job. Good job. Good job. So right after my accident, even though I was walking around on a broken leg, I did bring him back to the mounting block, and I did lay back across him. I have since laid across him and asked him to walk with me, laying across him. He didn't forget about his mounting block exercises because they're unrelated to riding, right? Mounting block is unrelated to riding. I mean, yes, that's how I got on him, and he can make that association, of course, but that's not where the lesson started, so therefore mounting block is its own thing. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. You're okay. You're okay. Yes. Good job. Yes. Nice lick and chew. You can go ahead and walk off. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. So again, I'm not planning on riding him because I don't have the right reins. Those are back at the house, and I'm not going back to the house just to do this. But I am going to go ahead and see if we can't side ride, which is when you jump across them and then ask them to go, and you stay kind of hanging on them. Come on, bud. Come on. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. So go ahead and step him up here. Nope, 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 you're not. Nope, nope. Good. Right here. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. So now I have both reins. Oh, oh, didn't tell you to back up though. Ooh. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Didn't tell you to back up. Good. 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 Good job. Ooh. 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 Good job. Good job. That's my boy. That's my baby. Mm-hmm. Yes. Little lick and chew. So I'm just reinstalling this emergency brake from the riding position. Ooh. Good. Wait. Back. Good. Okay. Fiddle around up here with my reins caught under me. Kiss to go. Good. Good. Kiss to go. Good. Good. Kiss to go. Whoa. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I had to do that because I got wobbly head first on the other side. Go ahead and invite him over here and say, hey, this is all we're doing, handsome. This is it. This is all we're doing. Hi. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry, you're doing great. Don't worry, you're doing great. Yeah. You had a scary experience, no different than any other scary experience you might have. And we're going to get through it. Yeah. Yeah. You slobber on me. Right? So this shifted because it's so loose. I can shift it back. Normally I wouldn't. Normally if it was like a saddle and it shifted, I would actually undo everything because the changing the direction of their hair and then causing them even just the slightest bit of discomfort, especially when you're starting them, is pretty stupid if you could avoid it, you know. So I don't deliberately make mistakes like that. I made a mistake of having the wrong reins. I made a mistake of not listening to my gut, but I don't make stupid mistakes. Good. Good. Nope, 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 don't back. Ooh. Okay, let's go the other way. Oh, wait. Nope, I just messed up. Hold on. Because, oh, wait. Here's the funny thing is, I just messed up, but it makes me think of something that happened recently. Not happened, but something that I had watched on a video recently. And I actually reached out to somebody to say, hey, I know you guys, you know, do this all the time, but I'm seeing a practice that I know is dangerous. They were bending when the rider, so it was a rider and a helper on the ground. And the rider was on the mounting block and the helper was on the ground on the opposing side of the horse. and had the horse's head bent away. So the rider's here and the horse's head was bent this way. Now, I just had a reminder when I went to steer him off of the mounting block, pulling on this rein, causing his head to go that way. What did he do? We can review that. He went to hind yield over the mounting block. So because I consider myself a friend of that person, I reached out and said, look, this is just me being a friend, but I hate seeing anybody get hurt. That's something you really should like discourage becoming a muscle, right? Like something that people keep practicing, because that's something that's going to get someone hurt. This horse may have been fine. The next horse might not be, 30 horses from now may not be. And you're going to have already overly practiced that as being how you do it, and somebody's going to get hurt. So I just that because I saw an accident waiting to happen. It didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that it won't happen. It's like just because you ran that stop sign and didn't cause a collision doesn't mean the next time you run a stop sign you're not going to cause a collision, right? So don't be so sure that just because it didn't happen the first time you did it this way, or the 30th time you did it this way, or the 300th time you did it this way, done it this way, don't build that muscle. That's all I was hoping to say. Don't build that muscle. Bend the horse. Horse's nose should always be slightly tipped towards you, right? So if he's going to yield anywhere, he's going to yield away, right? In this case, he knows I'm, bending him to his elbow and he's not supposed to move at all, but he's not going to yield at all. But that just reminded me when I went to steer him and ask him to go, he went to go and had to disengage his hind end to get going, right? You guys want to go back outside and enjoy this beautiful day, huh? I let them all come in for a little while today. Normally lately I've been putting them out and bringing them in, feeding them, and then putting them back out because it's been so nice. We've had such bad weather leading up to this as far as temperature. Come on. Good. Okay, there, right there's good. Good job. Okay, backing up's not the right answer. Good. Yes, good. Go. Good. 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 Go this way. Steer in this side. Let me be in this side. Don't run me into the fence because you're going to spook yourself. Don't run me into the fence. What did I just tell you not to do? Good. Get out of the mud puddle so I can get off. You can deliver me right to the mud puddle, aren't you? Okay. Go forward. Go. Go. Go forward. Go. Yep. Good. 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 And whoo. Good job. Good job. That's a good man. Come here and talk to me. So the cool thing about the emergency stop being a one rein thing, right? That's also my downward transition cue. So once he's going well under saddle, when I'm riding him at a canter, I'm just going to lift that left rein, and that's going to transition him down to a trot. Lift the left rein again, it'll transition him down to the walk. Lift the left rein again, it'll stop him. So that's kind of a neat little extra thing that happens when you install emergency stop, the one rein, left rein stop. I do lateral flexion. Ooh. Now you're standing on it, so you can't stay hoed. Good. Right there. I do lateral. Oh. Stop. I'm not asking you to do anything. Lateral flexion in both directions. But I don't ask them to emergency stop in both directions. Because if I was to need to get off in a hurry, and I was going to do it a little more calculated than the last one I did, I'm going to want to bend them the best I can, slow them down the most I can, and then I'm going to jump off the side that just comes so automatic to you. It's kind of like taking your foot off the gas and putting it on the brake. You don't think about it, it just comes automatic. I don't want to have to stop even for that split second to question, which way are we bent? Which leg should I swing over? I want to make sure that I just do that piece as automatically as possible, right?